Okay, so people ask how we do it with the little one. Well, this is how we do it. She's pulling us in every direction. So Lila is watching her little friends that come daily. And sorry about the glass being so dirty. She enjoys cookies with them and puts her little fingers all over the glass. Do you like the cookie? Say hi, Squirrely. Seriously, this is like a daily ritual for her. She knows about her squirrels. She knows to feed them and that they come every day. They feed. Feed where you eat? What's that about? When Lila wants to feed them, she grabs like a really good amount of cookies, but she always saves one for herself. And she eats it while watching them eat it. Yeah. What is it? So we are taping all our weights to prevent making too much noise. Lila fell asleep in the car, well, halfway. So she's kind of knocked out right now, but that only lasts for like 15-20 minutes, and then after that you gotta be quiet. So we don't want to wake her up. What happens is when this rolls onto this now, it's quiet. So today is leg day again, and I know that it seems like I'm always posting legs. I think I posted one arm day, but in all honesty, legs should be prioritized for a girl. An arm day is not that complex. It's very few workouts, and I only do arm day 1 to 2 a week. I've started doing it twice because of the bulk. And it's kind of boring. I'm totally leg day girl, even though like arm day's a breeze for me. Legs to me is what really defines and makes the body of a woman look really nice. And my goals have always been my lower half of the body. Those are my problem areas. Wherever I gain, it's there first. So for me, leg day is prioritized, as it should be for most girls. That's why I keep showing it. And saying that, this is before the bulk. Now I'm doing 2 days, but before I was just doing 1, and I got pretty good arms, back. Tip for that is, a lot of people think that, oh, she must do all these back workouts and all these arm workouts to get that. In reality, I got most of that from heavy leg day. So from using dumbbells on my shoulders, holding them up, holding bars, heavy bars. Most of all this, the definition I have in my shoulders, it all came from squats and heavy legs. So that's why I say prioritize legs, because whether you know it or not, you're working your core, you're working your arms, you're working your back, if you're doing the proper leg workouts, and if you're doing them heavy enough. Obviously, using your own body weight will only benefit your legs. You're not going to work your upper body, but for me, legs, I always incorporate weights. So that's how to define your upper back and your arms as well on leg day. So stay tuned for later in the video. I will be talking about pregnancy, bulking, and a little insight on how I stayed fit through my pregnancy and what steps I took. Okay, so as promised, I said I would talk about pregnancy. And the reason this even came up was because somebody asked me if, in my opinion, did they think that they could continue bulking during their pregnancy. Let me know right now. Okay, so people ask how we do it with the little one. Well, this is how we do it. She's pulling us in every direction. Anyways, so back to what I was saying. Someone asked if they could bulk while pregnant. My answer to that before I go into my pregnancy is I highly recommend that you don't, and that you just maintain what you have. Don't try to build muscle. Don't try to get gains. Don't try to, it's not going to be any progress. It's just going to be maintenance. And the reason why is you're already going to naturally bulk no matter what. And it usually all happens at once. So the last thing you want to do is actually add to that bulking. For instance, I didn't start really gaining much weight until after my 6th month, which was really slow. And then like month 7, 8, 9, it was like, whew, it all came then. Had I been bulking, I would have been in trouble, and gaining that much excess weight makes you more vulnerable to stretch marks, and you're also at more risk for having swollen ankles in your pregnancy. What was the other one? Diabetes. And then there's one, I don't know what it's called, but it's where you get these really painful veins sticking out of your legs when you're carrying too much weight and you stand for long hours. So I mean, there are much more complications. That's why you want to only gain the minimum amount of weight, which I believe is up to 35 pounds. No more than that. Me personally, I gained around 32, I want to say. Everybody's going to be different, and obviously your doctor will tell you if you're gaining too much or too little. In my case, I was all baby. Lila was a pretty big baby, 7.5 pounds. So she pretty much took over. Going into my pregnancy, what happened? Put him back nicely. Okay? Put him back nicely. So the way I did it in my pregnancy, and I do have a lot of vlogs going into more detail about this. They're called Baby Bump Tuesdays on YouTube, where I pretty much, it's like a journal, an open journal of every week, how I feel, how my body's changing, when I'm gaining weight, all the new pregnancy symptoms. So if you are pregnant and you're curious, you can go there. But to kind of sum up what I did during my pregnancy that helped me bounce back so fast would be, clearly I was fit before, but while my pregnancy I continued to work out every day, but not aggressively, just trying to stay active. I did still weight lift, obviously not my PRs or my heaviest, but I did comfortable weights. And I surprisingly had the best diet in my entire life. It was so clean. I don't think I've ever eaten that clean. We cooked at home, almost everything. And almost all my snacks were completely just fresh fruits, fresh veggies. I was doing a juice every now and then, maybe every other day. We were juicing. And honestly, I had like Greek yogurt and fruits. That's what I would eat every time I had a craving or I wanted something not so good. And then I would have like cucumber, tomato salads, like at midnight when I would feel hungry or whatnot. And I kept hydrated. I just did so well during my pregnancy diet wise, and it was easy for me because I mostly thought of her, and I was like, well, should I eat this cake that's not really going to help me, or should I give her, vitamins from this piece of fruit, which made my decisions really easy. And plus I knew it would be good for my body because I was obviously never pregnant before. I didn't know how easy it is to gain when you're pregnant, and I heard a bunch of horror stories, so I just wanted to make sure that I didn't play into the cravings too much. Don't get me wrong, I did enjoy cake and ice cream every now and then, but everything in moderation, just like now, but a bit more healthy and clean then. And then other tips, once I got close to the date, I continued to be active. I would walk. I think I stopped weightlifting 2 weeks before the baby coming. And I'm not quite sure why I stopped. I don't know if I just felt really heavy or whatever the case was. But my pregnancy was very healthy. It was easy, in the sense of I had no complications. Everything was going really well. Okay, so here's how pregnancy and fitness work. If you were fit before, if you were running or weightlifting, you can do it while you're pregnant. Obviously, you have to listen to your body. But if you've never done anything, you can't pick up. Sorry if I'm repeating myself or the video seems scattered. These videos take a lot longer than it seems just because Lila is happy one minute, upset the next, frustrated, needs you in the kitchen, needs you somewhere else. So I get kind of distracted and off point. Back to what I was saying, which was, oh yeah, if you, the way pregnancy and fitness work is you can work out during your entire pregnancy. You can weightlift, you can run, as long as you were doing this beforehand. So you cannot start anything while you're pregnant or in the beginning of your pregnancy. And I say this because a lot of girls come to me like, oh, I just found out I was pregnant. Do you have a plan, a fitness plan? And it's like, it's funny because they want to get fit while they're pregnant, not before they were pregnant, which I feel like, I mean, I guess you're thinking for yourself, to bounce back faster and for your baby. But unfortunately, if you weren't doing anything before the pregnancy, the only thing you can do is walk and maybe swim, but not even, because that takes the air out of you too. And then when you're pregnant, it is harder to breathe later on. You find yourself huffing and puffing. So you can't really start anything new during the pregnancy. But of course, if you were doing it, yes, you can do it, because I get that question a lot. The only thing you can't do is abs. You cannot work your core. And that's more because of the ab separation. Not really because of the baby inside you, because it really doesn't bother them. It's more for afterwards for you and to not get your abs messed up. So for those of you that were not doing anything before, I would highly recommend walking. Walking is so beneficial. We would walk, as you know, if you've been following me from a while now, we were walking every day when it was nice outside, and when we stopped walking, we completely felt it in our bodies, even in our energy. It's just something so relaxing about being able to get out and walk. And the other thing is, obviously, the way you eat, which might be difficult for some, but if you think about the baby and if you think about your own body and being able to bounce back faster if you choose a healthier diet, those are the two things that you can do for yourself if you were not currently on a fitness routine or you had something going for you. So let me know if you found this helpful, if you enjoyed this vlog, and then of course give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to check out Baby Bump Tuesday if you are currently pregnant or thinking about being pregnant or just curious. So until next time, stay fit, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye!